Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. All right, so this video is less political and more of an ethical, philosophical quandary. Many years ago, in the early 90s, I came to this realization that, the more stuff I had, the more work I had to do into maintaining all of my stuff. I mean, for a while, I basically lived in a condition where all of my possessions would fit in my vehicle, which was a Chevy Chevette at the time. I'm not in that. I'm not living that way anymore. You can see, but. I still hold this thought. I was in the process of writing a poem, which, was going to be epic length, and I never finished that. But all right, the thought behind what I was doing at the time was that you don't own property. Property owns you. You think about this. You say, I own a house. Well, how much cost and effort do you have to expend to maintain that house? You're always having to maintain it. You're always having to fix things. You will always have to pay taxes on that house. Now, I know libertarians are going to start off with their thing about, well, taxation is theft. Well, and all their anti-government rhetoric, etc. Well, let me ask you this. Who protects your right to lay claim to that house or your property of any kind? Without it is the government that protects your right to lay claim to that house, property, etc. Without the government, I could walk in and I could take your house, your land from you. Well, I have guns. Well, you're making the assumption that I don't have more guns. And then you've got a quandary of whoever owns the most guns. Of course, once I take it from you, then I have to worry about you or someone else coming back and taking it from me. You have clothes. You have to keep them clean. You have to keep them serviceable. You have to replace them from time to time. You own a car, you have to maintain it. You have to pay, your driver's license and your registration and et cetera, et cetera. So when people talk about ownership, ownership comes with responsibility. It comes with debt. The more you own, the more debt you incur maintaining that property. Now, this is all going aside from, rental or leasing, etc., which is a completely different debate, because in that case, you can't lay claim to any form of ownership anyway, so that doesn't fall in here. The more you have, the more you worry about maintaining it. Obviously, the rich, they're always going to fight to keep their more and more and more, and they will take away the rights of others to maintain their ownership of, their vast, list of possessions or what have you. Anyway, so what is the end point of all of this? Largely, there is none. This is not about an end point. It's just encouraging people to rethink their perspective on ownership, because so many people are just obsessed with owning, gathering, hoarding. And what is the point of all of it? If we had more of a societal, cohesive structure, then, if we communally owned tools and land to farm and shared the resources, we wouldn't be so obsessed with, having these, ever larger collections of things that we accumulate over time. If I needed a hammer, I could go to a communal tool shop or a neighbor, what have you, and borrow it. Yeah, there are some people that are, irresponsible and don't return tools. I've loaned tools out and never got them back, etc. So there are always going to be irresponsible people, but most people are not. Some people are going to want to put in as little labor as possible and yet reap as the same or more rewards than the people that put in most of the work, most of the time, etc. We can't stop that, but we could institute societal rules and controls just to make things more equitable. I mean, this is a real possibility. It has been done throughout history. If you go across the country and tour the Native American pueblos, you can see these things for yourself. And, that they all work together, they live together, they share their resources. And this has been done in many societies over the course of, human history. So we need to get away from this mindset of ownership. Now, I'm not saying take away anybody's property or anything like that, but this is not for my individual take on this. This is for a vast discussion among all of us, and to break away from the capitalist mindset, because the capitalist mindset is always about consumption, hoarding, gathering more and more, and destroying resources and taking from others while offering nothing in return. So we need to think about that. Do we own property, or does our property own us? All right, so please share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.